Happy New Year, everybody! So last decade, I started my YouTube channel, and I started another one. We don't talk about that one, but I just wanted to look back. Even though I didn't exactly start in 2010, I started pretty close, and I wanted to comment on the best videos that I've made on this decade. I'll put little clips of it. Some of them there's not much to really see, but if you want to check all the videos, then they will be in the description. So, as of the recording, we have reached 771 subscribers, and I have posted 1,009 videos in this decade, and probably a lot more because I privated a bunch of cringy shit. That's still pretty insane. You know, not as much as other people that started in this decade like me and have gone a lot further than I have, but I digress. It's still pretty cool to me. I don't expect to be big. I just do it for the fun of it, and if I ever do get big, then hey, that's a cool side effect. I mean, it's fun when people watch your content, and I do work really hard to make the most quality content that I can make, but you know, 2012 wasn't really that. In fact, there were only 3 videos for me to pick. So, without further ado, here is my pick for the best video of 2012. Yep, it's the one video that started it all. Pokemon Skylanders Drawings, Episode 1. I was actually thinking of doing an Episode 3 just for the meme, but that never came to fruition because of some issues. So basically what happened was, so I went up to my dad and I was like, hey, I want a YouTube channel, and he was like, okay, and then he gives me a Gmail, and I'm like, oh, okay. So then I was with my cousins, it was a family gathering, and then we were like, oh, what should we make as a video? And then we were all into Pokemon and Skylanders at the time, so then we were like, hey, why don't we just print out, Skylanders and Pokemon, but there's no color, and we just fill it in with color. And then we were like, yes, that is an amazing video. I don't really want to private this ever, because it's such a funny, ironic video that people look back and it's like, oh, this is how he started, and I want people to know how I started off, because if you remove your first video, then what kind of identity did you have back then? So yeah, this is my pick. If I had an honorable mention, I'd maybe say the Lethal Lava Land video was pretty good, but yeah, so that was 2012. Let's move on to 2013. Ah yes, this one is a classic. This was Kokoda Kart Racer Extreme Racing. So, what happened here was that I wanted to do a Mario Kart racing series just because I watched a lot of TWD98 at the time, and I was just like, oh my god, I want to do that too, that looks fun. But I didn't have internet at the time, in the sense that, like, my parents didn't want to put the internet on my Wii, so I couldn't really record it, so the best thing I had was Kokoda Kart Racer, because, well, I was able to have internet on that. That makes sense. Obviously, this video isn't that great, and now that I actually know how to screen record and mirror and stuff, I would definitely do more of this, but unfortunately the Kokoda servers did shut down. I did want to make an homage to Kokoda Kart Racer, which is why I made the Kokoda Kart Racer video. But yeah, rest in peace Kokoda Kart Racer Extreme Racing. If Eurocenter ever makes a Kokoda Kart 3, then I would definitely continue the series through that. That would be amazing. Nonetheless, I think that's everything I need to say about 2013's pick. Now let's go to 2014. This one was a relatively short video, but it was, out of all the other videos that I could have picked in 2014, this was the best I could come up with. So this video was a day after Mario Kart 8 came out, and I was with my friend Magic Marker 2000. He goes by the Animex now. He does speedruns. You can check him out if you want. He's right there. But he invited me to his place so we could try Mario Kart 8, because he knew I liked Mario Kart 8. So. Or just Mario Kart in general, so we played a bunch of Mario Kart 8 there, and we just recorded a bunch of the best clips using the Mario Kart TV replays. And this is probably one of the biggest inside jokes we had, where Bowser just comes out of nowhere. It's still pretty hilarious to this day, and it's fun to think about it. Now that I have Deluxe, it'd be nice if we could sit down and play some of that. You know, like the good old days. I also made a bunch of his videos on his original channel, Magic Marker 2000, so I guess I really did start YouTube at the start of the decade, if you really think about it like that. Because that's what really inspired me to actually start up this channel. Look where I am now. Alright, that was fun reminiscing. Let's go to 2015. 2015 was kind of a weird year as I was looking through some of the old content that I made then. And just like how weird that year was, this pick is kind of weird. But let me explain. So back then, I would usually go on Super Smash Mobs on Mineplex, and I would just bring a friend, and we would just target a bunch of people. And this video in particular somehow made it in my best of ScraggyKing20 playlist. So I decided to watch it and see what was so good about it, and it's not that great. But there was this one golden joke that I feel is so weird. I don't even know if it was intentional, but it was just so strange, my humor back then. I'll just play the clip, roll the clip.
He left because Spanish people can't be Endermen.
I don't know why I played French music after talking about Spanish. It's so weird, my brain. Not only that, I accidentally left the black and white filter on for too long, and then the music stopped playing, and now it just sounds so weird. Nevertheless, it was fun to go on Mineplex. It's a shame, because really the only big server nowadays is Hypixel, and that sucks. You know, Badlands gone. MC Gamer isn't really getting as much players as it used to. But yeah, my thoughts on Minecraft servers will be for another video if you guys are interested. But regardless, that was 2015. Let's move on to 2016. So this is the year where Quizup started to hard carry my channel. Thanks so much, guys, by the way. Without them, I don't think I would have improved on my content, because I was like, oh my god, there are more strangers on the internet watching my channel. I have to do something about it. So I tried to up my content, but of course I was using Windows Live Movie Maker at the time. I had to do as much as I could, and with what I was able to do with Live Movie Maker, it was pretty impressive. I couldn't really use a bunch of inside joke videos that I made, because I made a bunch of Quizup shorts and other Quizup related videos. If anything, I think I started the Serenity trilogy around this point. That was really fun to do. But yeah, back to the actual video at hand. I wonder if this was the origin to Skyblock Hoos. So my friend Mr. Flapper and I, we decided to go on Skywars and just build a base and see if we could survive like that. Mr. Flapper and I just had a lot of fun recording this video. We made a bunch of little jokes like this. Roll the clip.
We're back. I'm getting wood. I'm getting wood.
Be safe, honey. Come back from the war.
No promises.
And yeah, it was just fun to screw around and mess with the rules in a Minecraft minigame. And then I redid this again, unintentionally. This kind of just happened. Lom was like, hey, let's try to build a hoose in Skywars. And we ended up making a part 2, a spiritual successor in a way. And yeah, that's what happened. This is where I really started to up my content in quality, because I was just so focused on looking good in front of these people. So if you Quizup people are still watching, even after the 3-4 years of the hell that happened to it thanks to glue, well, thank you, and I hope you enjoy the content that I produce this decade. Alright, enough of that sentimental bullshit. Let's go on to 2017. Oh boy, this truly is one of my cream of the crops of 2017. Skyblock Hoos, the start of a trilogy that we still haven't finished. We're working on trying to get to Skyblock Hoos 3, but we don't want to do it too close together to the point where it gets super saturated. After all, the quality comes from the comedy, and if we're forcing it, then it's not funny, sort of thing. So what kind of happened here was I booted up the recording software. They didn't know I was recording, so I kind of was just like, hey, you know, what if I just pranked them? And what I did was I built houses around their island. This is also where I really got to know Dama and Danny for the first time. Dama I've played Terraria with for a bit, but this is really one of the first times I've ever been in a voice call with him and just actively playing and talking like this. But Danny, this was probably the first time ever. So yeah, it was just really fun to make houses while they looked for it, and I think they had fun too. They had from what I heard, they really liked the video too. You know, they liked the editing, which is nice because I kept improving, especially for Skyblock 2. It was also the start of the compilations at the end where I would count how many times Lom said BM, and a lot of people really liked that. And of course, an honorable mention was gonna be my Phantom Hourglass video. Now that I look back on it, it's not really that great. Like, it was good, but quality-wise, I feel like I could have done better. I could have redone a bunch of the lines because reading all these lines I slipped up on them a lot. Regardless, I did have a lot of fun doing Skyblock and Skyblock 2, and I hope Skyblock 3 will be even better than the first two combined. That's the ultimate goal here. So yeah, that was 2017. Let's move on to 2018. Hey look guys, it's Machine Gun Korra. Machine Gun Korra is a girl, and you don't play as her. This was a video done because I've been watching a lot of Master of Doom. Master of Doom was a Breath of the Wild YouTuber. He does more variety now. Like, he does Mario Maker 2 and a bit of Zelda still, but I really liked his clean-cut comedy, and just, it wasn't like anything I've ever seen. He made his own jokes, and they were not only creative, but pretty funny too. Zelda is a boy and you play as him, Machine Gun Korra, play the flying music, very recognizable things that can be associated to this YouTuber, and I thought that was really cool. So I've been doing a lot of YouTuber parodies, and this is one of the ones that ended up being a lot better than I expected it to be. This was totally unscripted to the point where I would just start a bit and Danny would catch on and he would follow in on it. It was really cool. Everything was done so well, and we didn't really plan for this to happen. Every time one of us just had a joke idea, we both followed along with each other. This was also when I started to use Sony Vegas, because before I had Sony Vegas, but it kept crashing every time I loaded up a video, or it would just have the audio be super distorted and screechy, and it wasn't fun. And it really just shows the quality that I put in this video and everything in 2018 and higher. My honorable mention this year was, of course, Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass Part 2. Another honorable mention I really want to add is the How to Alpharad video. That was the first video I really did with Joyce. I think it was his idea too. We kind of just did a bunch of not videos, but they were all in Minecraft. It was really funny. We both had a good time. I do want to record more videos with him because he was just a fun partner to record with. Dama and Lom joined in at the end too, but mainly just the way that we clicked for content and jokes. It was kind of similar to what Danny and I did during the Breath of the Wild video in Minecraft. 2018 overall was a really good year for content. Anyway, the final year of the decade is 2019. And here it is. It's a Spirit Tracks video. Everybody can go home now. Some of the greatest honorable mentions has to be in this video because I created a lot of amazing things this year. I revived Imaginary Superload this year. This was a joke object show that I made in inspiration by Jack and Jellify's BFDI, Animation Epics, Inanimate Insanity. Because I wasn't really an animator, this was the best way I could really do it, but I was like I don't know, 14, 15 maybe when I started the show. So the plot line wasn't really that good. I kind of just left myself with a bunch of random stuff to work with. But what I ended up with was, even though the story isn't that solid, it's not Oscar worthy or anything, but just what I could do with the 3DS stop motion camera was, I was surprised. I was proud of the work. Not only that, I got a lot of people saying that the Tetris 6 video was one of the best videos they've seen, and was really where they said that I was really improving on the content. And I do admit, this was one of the ones that I worked really hard on, and it was just really funny too. Naruto Kruzumaki, Kyoma screaming at Tetris. Roll the clip.
Hurry up.
You're telling me to hurry up? Fuck you.
And of course, the Kokoda Kart Racer videos up there. I did a lot of quote-unquote review videos, and they took a lot of time, but they were also really fun to do all at the same time. There's not really much to say, it's just pretty videos. If anything, I could also add an honorable mention for the final Serenity video, or the Scraggy Direct. I did so many amazing things in 2019, and it just makes me wonder what my 2012 self would have said when if he looked at my new content. If I went like, this is what I'll be making in the next 8 years. It's really funny if you think about it like that. Anyway, that was my decade. It was really fun going through the blast of, it was, what am I saying? It was really fun to just look back at the decade, relive the memories. You know, I just wanted to give special thanks to Mr. Flapper, Warrior Prex, Magic Marker, Sapphire Blaster, Fredmeister, Lom, Dama, Danny, Timson, Joyce, Bread Boy, and you, the viewers, and so many other people. Like, there's so many more, and I can't really fit it all, because so many people have been with me on this journey, and I couldn't thank them enough for all the support that they've given me. I'm getting really emotional here. Just this decade has been amazing. I've met so many new people. I've grown to learn about myself. I've just done so much that I can be proud of. And, you know, hopefully next decade will be even better, and I'm looking forward to see what I'll make in the future. And with that being said, thank you so much for being with me on this ride. Thank you for just watching this video, and if this is your first video, I do recommend checking out some of my other content. I have a playlist of some of the best videos, so if you want to see what to expect, you know, watch the last 10 videos on the playlist or something. Or if you just want to see where I started, even my older videos, the first 10 videos on that playlist should do you good too. I plan on taking more of a break. Daily uploads has been hell. I'm gonna still try to maintain daily uploads, but at the same time, if I miss an upload, I'll be like, that's today. I don't feel like uploading. I'll just make it my break, and then, you know, just continue the next day. I also do want to focus on more content, like the quote-unquote review videos, because they're really fun to do, and I feel like they best describe my passion and my skill for editing. And it's like the things that I want people to see and say, oh my, wow, this is pretty good. And while I still plan on keeping this YouTube thing for fun, it's also been one of the best things that's happened to me regarding just, you know, having fun with friends. It's given me excuses to reach out to people and talk to them and say, hey, you know, let's make a video, and then we just hang out, talk, have fun. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please comment, rate, and headbutt that subscribe button for more. I can't believe I've kept that outro for the last 8 years. Regardless, I do hope you enjoyed this video, and hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye.